Hi, I'm David Sims.
And I'm Joe Tong, and this is the creators' commentary for Haygrove's 2010 BBC News School Report.
Joe and I took on multiple roles in the process of producing our BBC News report, and we both wrote our own reports and filmed each other and presented it, and all the other reports in the programme were written by the respective presenters too, so it was very much a team effort.
I primarily took on the role of just organising things and making sure we were at the right place at the right time, getting the gear together, sorting out copyright stuff and that kind of thing, and editing the final video.
And I didn't really.
So this is the beautiful intro the BBC gave us on their fancy BBC CD.
Yeah, they did give us a 60-second sort of countdown with all fancy school report bits, but that got a bit boring because we just wanted to punch in with Beth and Charlie.
It dragged on a bit, didn't it?
On the front desk, in our lovely classroom studio professional setting.
Yeah, we had a few problems where the studio was concerned. There wasn't really much choice for anything that looked very professional in the school. We tried getting in the drama room, which I think would have been the best place.
That was being used.
It was fully booked the whole time.
Also, we wasted a whole day of filming pretty much on in the library, but we had backlight and it just didn't look very good, so we just scrapped it and just did it all at the last minute, which was lovely.
Yeah, it was very, very tight for time at the end.
Yeah. All too much messing about too soon, really.
Now, this microphone, a few people said it looked a bit silly, and to be honest, it wasn't the best. For holding it down there, it wasn't the best mic to be using.
Yeah. It's also distorting quite a bit because I was making sure I was being picked up and presenting rather badly.
Really, we wanted the mic overhead like we've done on lots of other shots, but because it was just me and Dave, we couldn't actually sort that out. There just wasn't enough hands.
We just decided to keep it just me and Joe for these bits. I mean, no offence to any other guys involved, but we just thought just get on with it quickly and
make it simple.
Yeah,
we'll get it over quicker. This took a few takes, didn't it?
It did, yeah.
Me going backwards of the camera.
Yeah, we tried it on a different corridor and the lighting was rubbish as well. And
there is actually a fantastic outtake of one of the things we did on this.
Yeah, so we'll link to that on this video.
Take a look at the outtakes, definitely. Now this is up. This was interesting because
this was quite a panic to start with, wasn't it?
It was. First thing in the morning, we get up here, do an interview, and what happens? Oh, the camera's all in blue. Because the white balance switch was stuck up, so quickly we had to run back to the engine room.
Yeah.
Get them to fix the camera and then run back up. So
Also, we didn't have the camera set up quite right because of the backlighting in that room.
Yeah, we didn't know about the backlight feature. So the background was all very bright light and the rest of it was quite dim.
Yeah.
But they actually liked that in the end because Mrs. Canham said it made her look younger. So they actually complimented us for our lighting failure.
We've got some nice cutaways to sort of break up the monotony of the interview here. This is in Mr. Melia's classroom, who's the teacher who actually supervised us throughout the whole process. And it's just nice to see people working and different views, and you really get the essence of Haygrove in here. It's
nice to break it up a bit, isn't it? Give you a bit of a change from usual. And one interesting thing here is both Mrs. Canham and Mrs. Hollinghurst, who's the head of Chiltern, both said that are you sure my desk's not too messy? But they both said that, which was quite interesting.
We've got Anne Heritage here, who is something called a video activist, who is very much against building schools for the future, Haygrove being built on Skimmerton Lane because of environmental reasons, safety reasons, all the other things that people moan about.
We actually filmed this in the engine room while we were editing the last minute because that was the only time we can actually get with her to film it. But it was nice to see a different side of the argument.
This was an interesting view. Took a little while to sort of get sorted, but I think it's nice to have that front-on view of Haygrove. I mean, it actually looks quite flattering for the building. And
it's the picture-perfect thing. Yeah, it's what you see in all the papers and stuff. So it was
really,
nice to get
all
that
broken brickwork and all horrible.
I don't think we should be saying that. Now, this took a few phone calls to get. Thanks very much to the Bridgewater Mercury for letting us put this in here. But it did take a few phone calls to get all this kind of thing sorted out. You can see a lovely copyright
all
thing
that copyright information.
And the BBC did didn't link to our video in the end, which was really annoying. But yeah, everything in here we did obtain perfectly legally and legit. So yeah, we couldn't really understand that.
Nice shot here, panning out, panning round, zooming out.
Making it look like you've got more cameras than you actually have.
Yeah, that was a bit of trickery involved there, showing the space behind where this swimming pool had been demolished.
It was a bit embarrassing having to come into school in the full suit gear.
Yeah,
got a few
slightly
funny looks from that.
Yeah.
A few jokes being made about us because of coming in suits.
But I think it was a good call to actually present in the suits because
it was unique, wasn't it? It wasn't like the other schools.
It made it look more professional. Otherwise, you've got your geeky school uniform and all that stuff. So I don't think that's ideal.
This was us running around in the middle of Bridgewater Town Centre, just walking up and down, interviewing random people in the street. It was quite embarrassing, really.
Yeah. Also, thanks to permission of the Grange in Cannington, we've also managed to get some nice cutaways of swimming pools, because that proved quite difficult, because all the swimming pools, they won't let people film in them. We
were ringing up people and they were, oh no, strictly forbidden. So, but someone we knew said that they could arrange this thing at the Grange. So thanks very much for that. That was really helpful. Yeah. Porritt was nice letting us come and film.
Yeah, that was a bit of a rush because we
wasn't
were
arranged,
thinking,
was it?
Oh, who can we interview? And then Joe's dad said, "Oh, go into Strings and Things and interview Porritt."
So just ran in there, and thankfully he was really nice to let us film.
Yeah.
So thanks for that again. It was a great interview.
Yeah.
Nice to get the business angle on things.
Yeah.
Because obviously we did try and make this as balanced as possible.
This
was horrible.
No, I like. Yeah, lovely.
That horrible little walk.
Just walking on.
Now, there was a little bit of uproar with this because the teachers said, "Oh, you should have made sure all the uniform was done up." And we were thinking, for a start, we had 5 minutes left in the day.
I mean, I'm certainly not going to tell them to sort out their uniform. I mean,
But we didn't have time to do it for a start, and also
I think it's just nice to get the real Haygrove in.
As it's news, it's nice to get the proper representation.
It's real Haygrove. We're not going to try and pretend we're something that we're not. So they're just going to have to live with it, I'm afraid.
We just didn't have the time to sort it out, but Now, this was a bit annoying because you can see the door to Chiltern in the background, and they said to us, "Oh, you can't film any students at Chiltern," so we had to keep doing loads and loads of different takes because people kept walking in and out of the doors. So that was a bit annoying.
This is a good shot.
It's nice, isn't it? Yeah. I like that.
And some good, some really good interviews from the staff at Chiltern. It's nice to get different angles on things. You'll see that with Mrs. Hollinghurst in particular. She's saying about the positive things, about how things are going to be regenerated and the future. So it's nice to have that little twist put into our report.
It was an angle we didn't see from anyone
because obviously everyone's saying, "Oh, it's so terrible. We've not got a swimming pool," but we can see what's going to be happening in the future. I think that's good to have that in the report.
Now, Chiltern is they're hoping to have their school rebuilt with the swimming pool on it. So they were the first people we really targeted to see if we could get interviews with. There's a horrible shot here of me just nodding.
Yeah, I like that.
I don't think it worked really. I wanted to break it up. There we go. I wanted to break it up a bit, but I don't think...
Well, there's a similar thing with me and Mrs. Cannon. There's me nodding.
It's worse with my face just massive, though. It wasn't the best idea. But there we go. More shots from the Grange. This was, really nice of them. They got all their children to come in and, parental permissions and everything. Let us film the children. So that was really nice. I quite like this shot.
Yeah, it would be nice to go up in Angel Place, the shopping centre, and look down on the site, but we didn't really have time for that.
I hate the way in all those shots my hair is just flying about mentally. Looks so crazy. It's more of our fantastic studio.
Yeah.
So obviously that's excellent. You can see the cameras move slightly from last time. We kept we kept knocking it and what have you.
This was also somewhere for Emily's report that we didn't plan to film in because it's just where was available. So we just got given an IT room. It was the last couple of hours of the last filming day, so we had to just run with it. I wasn't actually there. I had to go singing, which was rather annoying.
But this time we actually had the mic above, as we should do, because we had enough people this time, so that was good. It was a bit annoying though, because the screensavers kept coming on, because we thought we'd put this BBC School Report website on in the background.
We got a nice outtake of this as well, with Joe dancing in the background.
Yeah, do get a bit fed up, and you have to have a bit of fun, don't you? Oh, okay, yeah. We tried to do a bit of chroma keying with the blue screen.
Yeah, well, in fact, we had this one room where Beth and Charlie did their front desk sort of scene, and it had blue blinds in it, and we needed somewhere different looking for Holly to do her report, her sports news, and so we put her in front of the blue, and it just looked blue.
And it was a blind, so
yeah,
I mean,
it was a blind.
It was it's the first time I'd ever do chroma keying, so it was a bit of a risk, and I don't think she was very happy that I made her white top go purple and her hair go blue. But it was interesting.
Yeah,
On the way home the last day, I just stuck the camera down there in the field, you see, and I just left it there for a couple of minutes. But it's all fun. It was good fun, wasn't it? Definitely learnt a lot from it, and if we were to ever do something like that again, we've certainly built up an awful lot of knowledge from that. So yeah, I think it was definitely worthwhile. It was unfortunate that the BBC didn't link to us in the end. It was something to do with us.
I mean, it was other things about Beth and Charlie, their local news, and there was a story that they didn't like about some teenager getting stabbed or something.
Yeah, they didn't, because it was more aimed at the children and that kind of thing.
And of course, they didn't, being the BBC, they didn't take our word for it that we had got copyright permission, because they just didn't believe us.
And I think the other thing, the main thing, was that we originally uploaded the video to Vimeo because YouTube is blocked in our school for some unknown reason. Yeah,
they wanted people in our school to be able to actually view it. So it's a bit of a shame that they didn't trust Vimeo.
They thought it was some kind of inappropriate website. I mean, which it's not.
No, it's definitely not.
So I don't know where they got that idea from. But they didn't link to it, and we couldn't contact them for the day when they were advertising it. TV, radio, internet, everything. They just took the link off, and then there was no contact.
We were frantically trying to contact them, and in the end, we got some sort of email through. But it was all old news by then, which is a bit of a shame.
Was a bit of a shame because we didn't get quite the views we were hoping, but we have managed to amount about 1,000 views. Nevertheless,
got some nice feedback as well.
Yeah, from parents, children, teachers, students, should I say, not children. They wouldn't like me if I said pupils, would they? There's got to be students. Not. And in fact, a person from the BBC called Penny Spiller. First thought was I wouldn't want to trust her with my money. Just throwing that out there. But she did say it was the extraordinary report and one of the most highly accomplished she'd seen. So that was really nice feedback. But I think we've learnt a lot from it. It was really
definitely
really interesting experience, and hopefully we'll have the opportunity to do something like it again.
Yeah, hopefully.
So thanks very much for watching. This has been our creators commentary for Haygrove's BBC News School Report. Thanks for watching.
Thanks. See ya.
Make sure to check out the original video if you haven't already seen it, and of course the outtakes.